The 20-second rule. 3 tricks to use this tactic to build or break habits. Have you ever struggled with building a new habit? Fortunately, one strategy that can help is a concept known as the 20-second rule. So in this video, I will define this concept and then provide 3 examples of how to use this strategy to build or break a habit. Now be sure to watch this whole video all the way to the end, because I will provide a free tool you can use to implement the strategies you're about to learn. Finally, we talk a lot about success habits to level up your life on this channel. So be sure to like this video, then hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you want to see more content like this in the future. Okay, let's start with a quick definition. What is the 20-second rule? In his book, The Happiness Advantage, Shawn Achor describes how he wanted to build a new habit of practicing guitar every evening. After struggling for a bit, Achor found that the 20 seconds it took to take his guitar out of the closet was a big enough barrier to make him not want to practice. In other words, it took a mere 20-second inconvenience for Achor to determine that the rewards of playing guitar weren't worth the effort. After a long day at work, Achor's decision fatigue got the best of him, and he was simply out of willpower. But then he came up with a simple solution. He would remove the barrier by keeping his guitar in the living room within immediate reach. And 21 days later, Achor had practiced without missing one day. He explained that he created a path of least resistance to his desired behavior, so it took less effort to just pick up the guitar and play it. Thus, the 20-second rule was born. So how can you make the 20-second rule work for you? Well, here are 3 ways to implement this idea in your life. 1. Build a new habit. Okay, this idea is pretty obvious. But sometimes it's hard to build a new habit because you don't know how to take that first step. People often think of new habits in their entirety. However, habits contain multiple steps, and thinking about the whole process can be overwhelming enough to never get started. For example, think about the process of going to the gym, packing your bag, driving to the gym, changing your clothes, working out, showering, and going home. That's a lot of steps to consider, each of which can easily prevent you from getting started. But if you simply focus on the first thing you need to do, then you will create a visual cue that reminds you of the new habit you'd like to build. So to continue the previous example, if you want to build the habit of working out, you could pack a bag for the gym the night before and then leave it in a prominent location that you will see first thing in the morning. 2. Break a bad habit. The 20-second rule can also be applied in reverse. Specifically, you can break a bad habit by making the action harder to complete. This added effort will make the action more troublesome, and therefore easier to cut from your daily routine. Let's face it, we all can be lazy from time to time. So if you create a large enough barrier that stops you from completing a bad habit, often your natural laziness will force you to find an alternative, healthier activity. For example, if you want to stop eating Oreos, then the best way to avoid binging on Oreos is to not keep them in your house. This way, when the craving hits, you would have to get dressed and drive to the store to buy them. Odds are, you probably won't do this if you're home and settled after a long day. Instead, keep healthy snacks on hand. So if you have a craving for a late-night snack, you'll probably make that healthier choice. 3. Reinforce positive habits. If you have been working on a positive habit lately and you're starting to see results, you may feel motivated to amp up your efforts. In this case, you can use the 20-second rule to make the habit even more accessible. For example, let's say you're trying to drink more water and you've been successful in replacing your usual soda at lunch with water. To increase your water intake even more, you could buy a 32-ounce or 1-liter water bottle you can carry around with you all day. This way, you will be more likely to hydrate throughout the day without thinking about it, and you will have eliminated that barrier of having to get a glass of water throughout the day. So there you have it, 3 examples of how to use the 20-second rule to change your habits. Now, in the introduction, I talked about a free tool you can use to implement this idea. Well, we have created a simple habit tracking template you can print out and use to build new habits. And in this template, we've included a section where you can add a cue to remember this behavior. So if you want to implement the 20-second rule in your life, then be sure to add the specific action that will help you remember the new habit you're trying to build. The link to this template will be in the description box of this video. Now, if you want a detailed strategy for building a new habit, Then be sure to check out our video on the 9-step process for building a new habit that sticks. Again, the link is in the description box. Finally, we talk a lot about success habits to level up your life on this channel. So be sure to like this video, then hit the subscribe button and notification bell if you want to see more content like this in the future. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stick around to watch the next video in our channel.